Hey guys, it's Sydney, and welcome to the first Sydney Sweet Reads with Bustle Book Club. Um, Hi! Hey guys! I think I started too soon. Hello everyone! Welcome to the first Sydney Sweet Reads with Bustle Book Club. Today we are going to talk about the first 3 chapters of We Used to Be Friends by Amy Spalding. This is my first time going live doing this, so it's definitely going to be more of a trial and error to see what works, what doesn't work, and yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this, and I hope you're enjoying the book. Thank you for reading and following along. So the first chapter was about James, and it's the August of senior year. We meet her 4 heartbreaks, which ends with Logan, but we don't really know what happened between Logan yet and her. Her dad is driving to college, and we learn that she's a runner, which I'm a runner too. And she starts going to therapy because her mom left. And that she opens a time capsule that she and Kat made in 9th grade. And she reads Kat's letter to her. And I love the time capsule part because I did a time capsule when I was a senior in high school. My English teacher, she had us write letters to our future selves 10 years down the road. And I was just curious to see if anyone else did time capsules. I wanted to open it up to you guys in the comments and then also try and add other people. I'm going to see if this works. Let me see. Let's see here. All right. Let's see if I can add. This is so fun. Hey!
Hey,
How are you, Lexi?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So you've been reading We Used to Be Friends?
I have. I woke up in the middle of the night last night and couldn't sleep and read like 3 chapters.
Okay,
I love it.
nice.
I love it so much. It's so sweet.
Awesome. So did you do a time capsule when you were younger, or did any friends or family?
Okay, yeah. So you said that you did like your like English teacher had you guys write a letter. My art teacher did that when I was a freshman in high school, and we like wrote to our future selves, and then he mailed them to us our freshman year of college. He like mailed them to
Oh
our
my
home.
gosh.
Yeah, and so I like got it completely unexpectedly, and I was like, oh my god, this is so sweet. Because I
Oh,
like,
that's so cool.
yeah, like I knew I wanted to move to LA or like then, and so I was like, I'm gonna move to LA, I'm gonna do this and that. And at that time, like my mom then had to mail me the letter because I was like in my freshman year of high school in LA of college in LA, and it was like so full circle, so sweet.
That's so cool. Was
Yeah.
there anything that you said to yourself that kind of made you laugh or became true?
I mean, like, number one, like the handwriting. I don't have that great of handwriting anyways, but then when I saw it my freshman year, I was like, oh, this is gross. This is bad. Um, but I think just like saying like who I was best friends with at the time and then like getting to college, I was like, oh, this is very different. And I think that was one thing that I was like, oh, like I knew like I right away like knew what James was going through with like oh wow, this is a lot different than what I thought life was going to be like a little bit, and like who my friends were and like what I was interested in and what I thought was like really dramatic at the time. Now like I didn't at that time anymore. So it was crazy. It was cool.
That's
What
cool.
about what about you? Did yours say anything crazy or anything?
I haven't gotten mine yet. We wrote to ourselves 10 years in the future, so I have a
Oh
couple
my
more
god.
years to wait. I hope that she sends them. I don't know how she's gonna know where to send them to. I might have to show up to my old high school and ask for this letter.
I hope so bad. Oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
cannot wait. I bet that's going to be crazy. Like 10 years is a long time.
It's a really long time. So, and I'm curious to see, because she read the letter that Kat wrote to her, and I'm curious to see what James wrote to Kat.
I want to know
So,
that so bad. Like I'm
yeah.
very very excited to see that. Just because I
Yeah.
like they're like it's so weird because when I'm reading Kat's chapter, I feel bad. I'm like I side more with Kat, and then when I'm reading James's chapters, I side more with James, and so it's like I'm really excited to see like actually like what happened.
So, all right, I'm gonna see if anyone else has opened or made time capsules, but thank you for joining, Lexi.
Yeah, dude. Love
All
you. Love
right,
you.
bye. Bye. All right, let me see. Let's add a few more people. I don't know how. All right, it's not letting me press my screen, but I wanted to see what you guys think happened between James and Logan. They don't really talk about what the breakup was, the exact scenario. It doesn't seem like there's much hate between the two because Logan showed up before she was going to college. But let me see. I have on Twitter too, following along. See if I can add you. All right. It won't let me add. I don't know why. So for chapter 2, moving on, we move to Kat's POV. It's really cool because the different chapters, they bounce between James' POV and then Kat's POV. And for Kat, it's September of senior year, so we go back to the beginning of 12th grade. And we open with Kat's boyfriend, Maddie, telling her that he slept with Elise while she was away because he was bored, which, James and Kat are still best friends, and they skip school together that day to help Kat, and she dumps a vegan and she eats a burger. She invites Kat to hang out with her and Logan, who they seem to still be together, so Logan and James' breakup must have happened somewhere in senior year. And Kat doesn't want to go, so she has dinner with her dad. And while she's with her dad, she sees her dad signing up for online dating. And she says that she wishes that she didn't encourage him to sign up for online dating, but she does anyway. And I felt like that spoke such a loud thing about her character and who she is as a person, and how much she loves her dad and wants to see him happy. And then at the end, she meets Quinn, and Quinn had such a fun opening, and I'm very curious to see what kind of relationship Quinn brings to Kat and what kind of friendship they have. And I wanted to see what you guys thought was the importance of Quinn and just everything about Kat, first time meeting her. And let's see what the comments say. Oh, someone said that moment broke their heart about Kat and Maddie. It broke my heart too because I feel like that was a very typical high school thing that happens. Which book? I'm talking about We Used to Be Friends. I think Quinn is going to end up being her girlfriend. Ooh, I like this. Team Quinn. I like that. Let's see. We love a girl who can make a lasagna. We do. It was making me crave lasagna when I was reading it. My mom makes really good lasagna. I'm not sure why it won't let me add people right now. I think there's def jealousy between James and Quinn. Ooh. I'm curious to see why you guys think that. Let's see. Someone says I'm a teacher right now and I feel like a teacher. All right, well, we'll move on. I'm very curious to see who Quinn is and what she does and more about Kat. So chapter 3, which is June of senior year, we're back with James, and it's a few months earlier than the first time we met her. And it's graduation rehearsal outside in the heat. I can tell you, so I went to high school in Burbank, and it is so hot during the summer, so I can say this is a very true thing. Kat says that she's going to walk with Quinn now and not James, and James seems to get really mad and hurt by it, but doesn't really voice it to Kat at the time. Later on, James tells Logan that she's going to go to Berkeley and not Michigan, and Michigan is where she said that she was going to go with Kat because they wanted to go to college on the East Coast together, but Kat doesn't know this yet. And she also tells Logan that she still wants to end things on good terms, and she tells him that her parents split up. I found this part a very compelling and relatable thing, because do you guys ever want to end something before it turns bad? Like, you have something so good and you get so scared that it's going to turn bad, and so in your brain, instead of it being like this beautiful thing, it turns ugly or evil, and so you want to end it before that happens. I feel like because of James's parents splitting up, that has resonated into her own love life, and she's wanting to end things with Logan, who she clearly still loves, but she doesn't want to hate him for anything that happens. We go to their senior graduation, and we learn that James' mom doesn't like Kat, which I don't know why. I'm curious to see what you guys think, that she doesn't like Kat's mom. And then she tells Kat that she should come visit her new place and her new guy. So James's mom is seeing someone new that we don't know. And Kat also didn't know about any of this, which means at this time they're not friends, and James hasn't been keeping Kat up to date with anything that's going on. Kat later texts James all upset, and James feels like Kat has wronged her. They get into another fight at the grad night party, and then she runs back to Logan's arms and they kiss, which I love that part because I'm a really cheesy romantic. In this chapter we saw, and in previous chapters too, we saw the text bubbles, which I thought was really cool. I wanted to know if you guys liked reading that kind of way and all the different text bubbles that popped up. I think that was really fun. Let's see. Moms always know best, though. It's very true. From Bustle, we love that James and Logan can still be friends. It's so mature. It's very mature. I personally have never had that. I wish I did, but it's a very mature relationship in high school. From Alice and Rex, I broke up with my boy before I moved away. Aww. Are you more on James' side or Kat's? I don't know whose side I'm on, because I'm trying to figure out what happened between the two. Whose side do you guys go to? I love both Kat and James. I understand James, because in high school I had a few friends that, as you grow up, you grow apart, and you get older, and things change, but you don't really know why it's changed, and you feel sour about it, but you don't want to feel sour about it. And so I understand James, but I also understand Kat, because she's living life and she's having fun, and I'm just curious to see what actually happened between the two and then make my decision. Let's see what else. Do you feel relatable with any part of the book? A lot of parts of the book. I was a teen girl, and I feel like a lot of these aspects are very true. And growing up in Burbank, I really relate to a lot of the parts, like going to Portos or walking around Burbank. I did all of that. From Blonded Speed, Quinn is my favorite. Aw. Let's see. Why do you think James distanced herself? I think that James is distancing herself just because she's trying to protect herself from getting hurt, but in the long run, sometimes that can hurt you more. Someone says, what is she talking about? I'm talking about We Used to Be Friends, just in case people are really confused right now. Um, I like the text bubbles a lot. Yeah, I liked reading that too. It was really fun. What made me pick this book? Well, I started reading it a little bit ago and I thought it was a really cute book, and then I wanted to find something to be able to connect with all of you guys and stay indoors and be safe, and I love reading and I wanted to share that love with you guys, so I thought, why not read this with everybody else and see what happens. For now I'm going with James. Okay. From Eva Allen 15. Did you find the first few chapters a bit confusing? I love the story, though I was a bit confused when the author mentioned characters we hadn't yet met. I think, yes, it can be confusing because we're dealing with two timelines that are going in different directions. So when we're with James, we're going backwards from the end of senior year to the beginning, and then I think with Kat, we're going from the beginning to the end. So there's going to be a lot of pieces of puzzles that we're going to have to put together and figure out. Someone goes, are you reading from a notebook? I took notes because I'm a nerd and I had a lot of time on my hands. So yes. From Bustle, do you think Kat will show up to Porto on Christmas Eve? Fingers crossed. Ooh, yes. Will Kat and James meet each other? I don't know. What do you guys think? Someone said, I don't know if you answered this question, but what's your favorite quote from the book? There is a section when she's going, I wrote them down. She's going to dinner with her dad. Let me find it. It's not a quote, but it's just like a moment in Kat's life where she decides to go to dinner with her dad and she's wearing sweats, and then she decides to put on the romper that Maddie broke up with her, that she was wearing it, and she's like, I gotta look great after a breakup, and at least these overalls, they look good. I don't know, I'm not doing justice, but it was really funny. Let's see. Oh, did you answer my question? Of course. If I was trying to add people, but it won't let me. The face thing won't work. Fave character so far? I don't know. I find things that I love about James and Kat, so I don't know yet. I'm gonna go to Twitter and see what questions are on here too. Someone said, Betsy's Ambi Val CNT said, I relate to both James and Kat because for Kat, it's hard to understand why James is distancing herself since she's not communicating her feelings, but I understand James because confrontation can be really difficult. That's very true. Rue Manoff says, what are you looking for to happen in the next chapters? Any theories? I'm hoping to see, one, what happened between James and Logan, because I'm very curious to see what happened there. And I also want to see what Quinn brings to Kat's life. Let's see. Also said, what are some of your favorite books from growing up? Ooh, I loved 13 Reasons Why. I read that when I was little. I love the Crank series. I have a whole bookshelf downstairs of tons of books. I'm blanking on all the names right now, but I love Gone Girl. Gillian Flynn's an amazing writer. And I'll have to think of some more. There was one thing, I'm really into making playlists, and James says that she has a playlist for running. And if anybody wants to put together a fun playlist for running, send the songs my way. Someone says, what intrigues you the most about this book? The thing that makes you want to keep reading, by Gule Earth 16. I think that what I find most intriguing about it is all the mysteries and the puzzle pieces you have to put together, because you have two different perspectives and you have different timelines, and so you're getting to dive into different people's perspective of how they feel about different situations, so you don't really side with one character particularly. You start to see through multiple characters' eyes. So I like that. Oh, someone says reading chapter 3, living through the high school graduation ceremony. Aw. Someone says, why this book? What made you choose this book as the first one for the book club? I think that it's a fun book just to discuss and to bring friendships and love and light to everybody's homes right now. Hunter Dea says, do you think losing a friendship can hurt more than losing a relationship? And I say yes and no. I think that I've lost a girl best friend before, and it has sucked, and I think that it can be harder because it's really hard to make good girlfriends, especially in LA. But also it can hurt and be really hard losing a boyfriend too. I think it just depends on who and what the relationship and the situation is. Let's see here. Hi guys. Yeah. Listen to Childish Gambino. Alright. Well, you guys, that was chapters 1 to 3. I don't know how this went. We'll see. I'll talk to you guys later. Remember that you guys can always head to Bustle's page and you can rewatch this if you want, or you can just check up and they'll have weekly updates about different chapters. Next week we'll meet and we'll see how we shall do this again, and we should read chapters 4, 5, and 6. So I will see you guys. Thank you so much.